As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening, but all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Tonight, we wrap up this Thanksgiving weekend with a compelling matchup, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Minnesota Vikings. I hope everyone took advantage of the Cyber Monday deals. Now it's time to focus on some football. Bears and Vikings underway on Monday night. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Hall. That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Ready up.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 4.
Blue striker. Ready.
Hall to throw it. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first. The Vikings at 8-3 now. And they've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now a throw here to his running back. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. A first carry here for Kene Nwangu. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Jack rat. Fight. 97.
Hall. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
50 Fury.
Back to throw, Hall. But going back to the same well, it's Hawkinson again. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Right. Drill green.
Now Hall. Over the middle and complete to Addison. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now it's Hall. Looking for Addison again, and he's got him again. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Clause 10. Strike it.
On 2nd down, here's Nwangu. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
Completes this to Addison out left. Touchdown, Vikings! Jordan Addison, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Starting on the ground with Herbert. And a short pickup to about the 25. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Read option, here's Herbert. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the 1st.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. On 1st down, it's Fields. He's going to look deep for more. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for... Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. He's to the 10. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Ready, break.
Now Hall throwing after the interception. Addison hauls it in. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Black Ultra. 6, Mega.
Here's Hall. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
3-3.
Throwing here is Hall. That's caught downfield by Addison. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after 1. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready. Eagle blue. Blaster. 6. Ready.
They'll look to throw again. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the 1st down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
He's got a man complete. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kene Nwangu. 26 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25.
Here we go, son.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Fields now to throw. Oh, and that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. All told, a 54-yard punt, 13 on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Come on, set.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
Ready?
On 3rd down, Hall. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Ready?
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Rail, yellow.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Herbert powering up the middle. That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Vikings are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Down.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to...
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
Here we go. Good.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. On play action, Fields. Now he steps away. A minute 55 left to go in the first half of play. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down.
Angel. Hey, Karen. Press. Bunch right.
Now it's Fields. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
11. Hey, Karen.
Throwing again is Fields. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man.
They've certainly hit the point of no return in this one because that was absolutely the last time they could afford a sack. You got to sustain your blocks and keep your quarterback clean for as long as it takes in this situation. They failed up front this time to do so.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete there to St. Brown. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Hey, Karen. West right, zip.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and 1 from the 2. Herbert now on the option. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Khalil Herbert, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. The no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Blue striker. Set.
Hall to throw it. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Bears are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact.
That's caught inside the 20. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. Santos' kick is up and through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now
looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Velus Jones now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here we go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Before that last pass, 2 interceptions had already been thrown.
Here we go.
And this last one tipped in the air, which means everyone on defense is almost fighting each other in order to get to the football to try and make it a third. Once you've thrown a couple, it's almost like a swarm of bees going after the ball. And in this case, they weren't able to get there before it fell to the ground.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here we go on fourth down. Fields. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And this is going to be recovered by a member of the offense. But whistles are going to blow the play dead. Since it was fourth down, a fumble cannot be advanced by another player. But fortunately, they will have enough to keep the first down. A give left side here for Herbert. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Chip slant. Delta. Hey, can. Mayday.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And firing a deep ball for Komet. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a third time. And the Vikings are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Ready, set. Blue, check.
Now a handoff to Chandler. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Smash, red. Red.
Here's Hall. Escaping the pressure right. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. 51 yards.
Here we go, set. Set, go.
Chandler is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Joseph on for the extra point. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Jones now on the return. Oh, some strong running. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Fields to Mooney for the Chicago first. Here's a give to Herbert. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. These two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So if they can win here in Minnesota, they'd get a sweep of the season series. Eluding the pressure right. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now Fields. That is caught. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Here we go. We're good. Yep.
Here's Fields. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown. DJ Moore. 44 yards. And the Bears have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter. Santos with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Set, ready.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And now an audible here into something else.
Edo blue. Blaster, 6.
Hall. This is caught by Addison. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Hey, check mega. Set.
Up the middle, Nwangu. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory.
Let's go. Go
Now
set.
2nd and 3. They'll go right back to Nwangu. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll try to run the option here. And he'll just protect the football and go down and take the sack. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Back to throw, Hall. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Blaster. Green jack. Red, yellow. Set.
Here's Hall. Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32.
White.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now Hall. Flush to his right. Right side, it's the tight end, Hawkinson. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
22 needle. Hut.
They run it with Chandler. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Ty Chandler. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Vikings answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here we go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Here we go. You got to
On first down, Fields. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
Out of the gun, Fields. St. Brown on the catch. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
Monday.
Back to throw, Fields. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Well, the defense circling now, 4th down and 7. They snap it to Fields. He's got Mooney. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Well, they did the part they had to do. Quick throw got the 1st down.
But that doesn't allow them to relax. They still have plenty of work to do.
Here's Fields. There's Mooney with another catch. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. A handoff for Herbert. And some room to work. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
Now Fields. Flushed out right. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
2nd down, goal to go. That'll be caught by Foreman. And with 4 seconds remaining, they will call the timeout. So just enough of a cushion there to bring on the field goal unit and try to send this one to the extra session. So a big one coming now for Cairo Santos. 4 seconds to go. This would send us to overtime. And he'll try and throw here on the fake. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. Where they came so close, Charles, they were knocking on the door in a one-possession game, but ultimately the defense held tough to get the victory.
And doesn't it feel like it just leaves them asking what could have been? So many moments when they could have had a big play to change the outcome of this game. And let's face it, none bigger than that final snap that just fell short.
So for Minnesota, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Chicago, it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4.
on that, Caleb. You said you were watching that hoe, and that tell me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, good game, huh? Shit, I ain't gonna even lie. Shit, boy. Needed that one, I ain't gonna lie. God damn, I needed that.
I have on a shirt, psycho.